Yo, what's up everybody, and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Sunday and let's get right into the charts, as Bitcoin right now is still consolidating right here at those lows. As you can see, like we talked yesterday, I am expecting a potential move to the downside once the new trading week begins, basically when on Monday the CME markets open and some volatility comes into the market. Then I would be expecting for Bitcoin to potentially start pushing down to that 200 EMA. First, basically 106k. We do have a lot of liquidity stuck to the downside, as we talked yesterday. As you can see, the previous time where we were consolidating like this, you can see this is clearly the same pattern like the two previous times. Basically we got a weekend consolidation and then a dump to the downside. We got a weekend consolidation and then once Monday comes we got that dump to the downside. So potentially I am expecting the same thing to happen right now. As you can see, it is perfect to play out. We do have liquidity stacked all the way down to 106k. Basically this is where the 200 EMA is sitting, and that would be a almost 3% of a move to the downside if it plays out. In my opinion, we might go firstly to the upside and take out some of the liquidity that's sitting around here, and then we're going to get that move to the downside basically. As you can see, since the ETF inflows, we did get last week, as you can see, out of the 5 days of the week, 4 of them were red. So basically I am expecting the new week to also start on the bearish side. And also, as you can see on the weekly time frame, our candle right now that we are closing, this is right here a bearish hammer candle, you can see on the top side. And after this we got a nice engulfing bearish candle, and once we get an engulfing candle confirmed, it is possible that we get over 90% chance that we get another engulfing candle to the downside potentially, which would take us in my opinion all the way down to potentially 100k or below 100k to 98k, which is where my first target for a potential reversal of this move would be sitting. But as you know, it might also play out longer. We might see 2 more or 3 candles to the downside basically on the weekly, and until we go to like the middle of October like we did last summer, I believe. You can see the beginning of September was bullish, and then the end of September and the middle of October were bearish. We got some move to the downside, and once half of the month of October came, we got that explosive breakout of the range to the upside. And then I am expecting this pattern to repeat potentially right here. We might also go down to potentially 95 or 93k on the weekly. So that would be a move of around 12% to the downside, and if measured from the all-time high, that would be a correction of around 23%, which is completely enough for Bitcoin to make a bottom pattern. And then I would be expecting for the altcoins to also start moving very quickly once Bitcoin finds a bottom, since right now the thing that is holding the altcoins back is Bitcoin, since Bitcoin has been in that consolidation downwards pattern. As you can see, basically we are sloping between the moving averages right here, and I would be expecting that move to the downside first before we get that reversal move and bottom out. You can see Ethereum is currently sitting at that 4-yearly trend line resistance right here, very important level. We are potentially going to get, if we measure from the top down to the moving averages, you can see it is possible that we get another dump of around 28%, which would take us all the way down to 3,550, somewhere in that level for Ethereum. We might also go all the way down to retest this previous level, which is the $3,000 zone, which would take us $2,000 in price change, which would be 40% of a correction for Ethereum, which is completely normal, as in the past Ethereum has gotten many times that big of a correction. You can see 31% here, 40% here. Then on this move we got 60%. Basically this is where we dip down in bear market territory from 2021, and then we got that explosive move to the upside. But right now I am expecting that we go down somewhere to the low 3000 for Ethereum. Now for Solana is still looking good, even though we have had 4 candles. You can see 4 bearish candles right here. Potentially we might go down and test the moving averages basically and the POC of this range before finally doing something like this and taking out the all-time high. But in order for that to happen, we need Bitcoin to find a bottom. SUI is down almost at $3. You can see we are sitting right in between the moving averages and right below the POC of the bigger range. You can see right here, Hype as of right now is doing almost the best out of all altcoins. You can see we are still below that trend line, but if we start reclaiming that trend line, then I would be expecting newer all-time highs for Hype to happen. And also the stock market did get a bullish candle close on Friday, you can see. So potentially we might open up bullish on the stock market, but this would potentially not stop Bitcoin from getting that correction, as I have said, since also the dollar started pushing above. You can see the moving averages, and my target would be around 101, or basically right here, this high, which is potentially about to be taken out for the dollar. And since, as you know, if the dollar starts flipping bullish, then that means we might get some more downside for Bitcoin. If we look at the Fear and Greed Index, you can see we are sitting at 34 right now. So we are basically still in that fear zone, which we might test if we start dropping below 100k. This will shake a lot of people out, and potentially we are going to get into that extreme fear. And once we dip down to that extreme fear, then you would probably know that would be a go time. Basically, we will be flipping bullish once we hit that extreme fear zone. Also for the weekend, not much going on. As you can see, overall we are kind of even between shorts and longs ratio on the major exchanges right here. Funding rate still remains positive, which is nice, and we do have some important news coming out next week, so be careful and always use proper risk management when you trade during those new events. But as you know, as I have said, always try to avoid or trade after them, as you know, when the market have cooled off a little bit, so you can get a better entry. And yes guys, that will be it for today's update video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe for my channel, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.